Ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad to announce that I'm back for day 2, and I'm really committed to getting through this journey. Today, we're going to discuss the magician. I'm super excited. Let's get into it.
Now I want what to do now.
Peekaboo! My phone is showing me new tricks every single day.
Okay, let's get into this for real.
The Magician card. What stands out to me in this card is that he looks very neutral. And it's a he. Like, look at those arms. It's definitely a he. It looks very warm where he is. Grass is looking vibrant. There's like plants or whatever growing in the background. It looks very warm. I personally wouldn't wear black in that much heat, but I feel he's in black because he is in a state where he's neutral. As you can see, like on his hoodie, on top of his head, is the symbol of infinity. And I think it's there because he has now realized that his potential to become the best version of himself is infinite. There's a tattoo on his hand. I don't really know what that symbol is exactly, but when I Googled it, it basically just let me know that it's a whole bunch of symbols mixed together. One of them being the flower of life, which we spoke about on the Fool card. Let me know if you want me to dive deeper into that symbol. Look at his feet. He looks very grounded to me. Notice how he has one of his fingers like pointing up, and how the other hand is like pointing down. As above and so below. He's very connected to the spiritual as well as the physical. If you notice, with these streaks of energy that are like, this looks like a portal, that are like flowing in and out of the portal, you'll see like little triangles. So each of those triangles represents one of the 4 elements. So water, fire, earth, and air. And if you know anything about alchemy, alchemists would normally try to change or make changes to matter. So water, air, fire, and earth are all matter, right? And this picture is basically showing me that he has the power to change these things. The reason is each of these elements actually represents a part of who we are, right? So water would represent our emotions. Fire would represent our spirit. Earth would represent our physical. And air would represent our mind and our thoughts. And as you can see, he literally has the power to change these things for himself in order for him to become like the best version of himself. Like I said before, as above, so below. he's very much aware that there is obviously like a divine source that has given him authority and the power to be able to change these things about himself. He is literally in a state of evolution. I would say evolution because it's different from transformation in that, say for instance, the fool that we spoke about yesterday, the leap of faith that she took was literally going to be an instant fall into this journey, right? Now this fool has taken that leap and has transformed into the magician. The magician is in a neutral state, okay? He is really just in a state where he's going to work on himself, on his emotions, on his spirit, on his physical, on his thoughts. These are things that can't really change in an instant. It sort of like takes time to grow into a space where he's able to, for example, be more spiritually inclined, be able to have self-control. You know what I mean? Those are things that just don't happen like instantly, and that's why I would use the word evolution. Like, he's in a space where he's neutral right now. He's literally analyzing and absorbing and getting ready to sort of like evolve into this person that he is supposed to become. Yeah, I think that's my interpretation of the Magician card. The number one to me also represents like new beginnings. New beginnings, for sure. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this, because once again, I really did. I feel like the essence of this card, when they call him a magician or the magician, it's not necessarily anything to do with like spells or like actual magic. I feel like the magic is literally our power to change our own realities in terms of the way we think, you know, in terms of like growing spiritually, in terms of like making sure we're in the best physical shape, and also in terms of growing emotionally and understanding certain things and seeing things from a different perspective. But yeah, guys, I really hope that you had fun unraveling the Magician card with me, and I look forward to presenting the next one. I really enjoyed getting to the bottom of the Magician card. I hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Tomorrow I will be discussing the High Priestess. The High Priestess. Yes, I'm actually very curious about this card because I don't know. I'm really curious about this card. Like, I want to know, what is the High Priestess? What energy does she possess? This is what I think about the Magician card. First of all, it makes me feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. As you can see, I'm outside
it's raining. We haven't seen the rain in like so long. And yeah, I'm also cooking at the same time, but I really wanted to get this out of the way, because if I don't get to the final message of why, or the intention behind why I'm actually getting to know about this card, I might just get struck by lightning. So, hear me out. I don't think that there's anything wrong with learning from the cards. I think it becomes wrong when you believe in the cards. Because whatever you believe in, you give life to. And there's only one ultimate truth, and that is God, the creator of all things. If you put your faith and your trust in the cards, you're bound to get lost. Based off of the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 26, I think through to like 28 or 29, it speaks about how God created us in his own image. And it also highlights the fact that we were we were mandated to have dominion over certain things on earth. However, I'm using the word mandated because that's an order that was passed to us from our superior, being God. So ultimately, he's got the last say. You know what I mean? Like, he is the ultimate authority. The main lesson for me about this card is to submit to the will of God. I'm going to read you a verse from Matthew chapter 21, verses 18 to 21, but I'll focus mainly on 21. So this is a part in the Bible when Jesus curses the fig tree. Jesus was hungry. He came across a fig tree that didn't bear any fruit, and so he cursed it and said, "You will never bear fruit again." And instantly the tree withered. And so the disciples were like, how did that happen so quickly? Like, how did the tree wither so quickly? And Jesus basically said, but Jesus replies to them and he says, "Truly I tell you, if you have faith and do not doubt, not only can you do what was done to the fig tree, but also can you say to this mountain, go throw yourself into the ocean, and it will be done." If you believe, you will receive whatever you ask for in prayer. And this takes me back to what I said before. Like, this card is literally a submission to the will of God. Like, he has put his trust in this divine power. And so, because he submitted himself to the will of God, he has gained what I would call grace. I don't really want to use the word manifestation because I feel like it's overrated. He has received grace, right? And everything that he needs to fulfill his purpose is coming into play. Think about it for a second. Once again, it all comes back down to having foolish faith. Have foolish faith, people. With God, everything is possible. I know. My thought process is kind of different. I don't want to use the word weird because that's negative. I would say my thought process is quite unique. There's a lot going through my mind that I wish I could share, but I'm glad that I got the message out of the way. At least I know that I won't be struck by lightning today. Bye.